Hello everyone, welcome to metaphysicmedia.com. Today's webcast or podcast, whichever ones you're watching or listening to, we're going to be covering the topic deliverance from demons. And this topic is the research article created from some of his notes and research by Bill Bean, and of his chilling story of demonic oppression. So before we get started, I'd like to first say if you want to get the book and read the whole book, I mean this article is just it just has good nuggets of information in here, but it's not the full book. For the full book and the good bone-chilling details of his story, you can go to metaphysicmedia.com/books/dark-force, and you will be definitely happy with the outcome of your reading pleasure when you read that book. So anyway, let's get started here. So are you ready for a chilling supernatural story of demonic oppression? Bill Bean discusses his deliverance from demons and signs of demonic possession. So, this article summarizes the effects of demonic oppression, demon possessions, and deliverance from demons, as stated and explained by William John Bean Jr., or better known as Bill Bean. During his childhood, Bill Bean was exposed to demonic oppression. Bill's family was also affected and drove his parents into tragic ends. Bill Bean was then left to wander around until he found his calling. And we'll get to that as we go along. There are many things that go unnoticed and unseen. There exist entities that are rather unproven by mainstream science. They are called demons. There is a rise of demonic oppression cases, but a few are rather well documented, like the case of Bill Bean, who continues to battle it ever since after his deliverance from demons. What types of demon possessions are there? Well, some people get demon possessions instantly. Some may suffer demonic oppression first and gradually get possessed due to signs of demonic possession. That is if the victim surprised the oppression himself, which a lot of people in this world are suffering demonic oppressions. We just don't know it, or we don't think about it. But believe us, a lot of us are, and I would be a prime case of suffering from demonic oppression, and I fight against it every day to better myself. I mean, we're here for a short time on this earth, and it's our duty to foster growth of others. So, and that includes fighting demonic oppression. Anyway, demonic exorcism is done when the possession is full-fledged and evident in the victim or showing clear signs of possession. An exorcism is performed by an ordained minister and may or may not require permission from the church. Exorcism practices greatly differ per denomination, but generally involves calling upon God, chanting prayers, and or the use of holy objects to expel the demons that have possessed the victim. A demonic exorcism can be called a demonic deliverance. Science has generally held that demonic oppressions and demonic possessions and the related demonic exorcism are purely psychological. It does not support the idea that it is just supernatural. As mentioned earlier, Bill Bean has pretty much documented his experiences with the supernatural in his two books, Dark Force and Deliverance. This makes Bill, among all others, a perfect, uncontrolled, and isolated subject. Therefore, his article helps us understand how long-term demonic oppression can affect a person, specifically a young person exposed to it in such a young age. When Bill Bean was a young child going through demonic oppression, he describes, and people and family involved, all the signs of demonic possession. So, people in his life. The people in his life story are Bill Bean himself, his father, mother, sister, and younger brother. His grandmother is mentioned a few times. His father was an absolute family man who worked in construction business. His mother was a housewife who cared for the family so much. His siblings were rather normal and nothing out of the ordinary until signs of demonic possession came upon them. Bill Bean, also worth mentioning, describes a child born in 1963 that was taken by a hospital for reasons unknown and later died. You can only guess what happened there. Could demonic force, if it was born in that household, have gotten to this child? Bill Bean has only come up with conclusions, and he's yet to have a definite idea how this happened. But it's chilling and sad nonetheless. This family supposedly looked pretty normal on the outside, but they actually had roots to signs of demonic possession and to the evil world that was about to beset them. So here's the setting, okay? In the early 1970s, Bill Bean and his family moved to a small community called Hurrendale in Glen Burnie, Maryland. They moved to a rather dilapidated house that required the efforts of his father to repair. The family stayed in the house until almost all of them left it due to demonic oppression. So let's go to the summary of events. Worth mentioning is a testimony that one of his ancestors did something to conjure the wrath of evil into his family. A year after moving into the house, things were starting to get weird. Demonic oppression was starting to root into the Bean household. It was first evident following an incident where his mother was uncannily disturbed by a demon by making her feel his presence. Soon after, Bill had his own physical experience with demon oppression, as he was actively being pinned onto a wall. I don't know about anybody else, if I was pinned onto a wall, I would get out of there and never come back to the house. Apparently they lived through this for a while. So these terrifying events lingered with Bill Bean until after a troubled childhood, he was able to call upon God for deliverance from demons. Though most of his family members didn't go through direct demonic possession, they did all get battered to the edge of demonic oppression. It twisted and broke down his father so much to the point that he started physically abusing his wife, and that's really sad. He probably saw these things, didn't want to say anything because he's a guy. Turned to alcohol to forget them or not see them. And then got angry at his wife when she was telling him how much she was drinking, and got to the point where he was abusing her. And that's one of the ways alcoholism can affect a family. If the house is haunted, obviously, I don't condone that, but that is exactly what seems to would have happened in this case. So anyway, let's get to where we are. In the year 1980, after 10 full years of hellish demonic oppression, Bill Bean has finally left the house. Soon after leaving, Bill's mother died of a cerebral hemorrhage, and his grandmother died of a heart attack. That's not a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. I kind of firmly believe that in my travels in life. So Bill considered this a continuation of demonic oppression that his family had suffered greatly from. Before his deliverance from demons, he had a premonition that these events would happen and prayed to God that he should take them instead. 7 years later, Bill's very own father died from a gunshot, which his premonition was about his father dying from a gunshot. Scary enough. He carried a grudge against his father, but was able to forgive him before his death. As you grow up, as I grow up, I understand the different things that our parents did for us, or did not do, and how they reacted, and a lot of it goes into their childhood, traumatic events that they've seen. So I would always forgive our parents or a friend or anybody if they're dealing issues. I pity on them. I mean, really, all you can do is try to listen to them and help them if you can. If not, still love them, forgive them, and have some sort of understanding. So anyway, Bill continued to be an empty hole of a human who have almost lost the will to live due to how signs of demonic oppression. Well, almost. He was living on the edge until the one fateful epiphany that he could do no better or worse. It was God's way of calling him. He was starting to be delivered from the demonic oppression he had suffered. So then Bill worked hard to educate himself. He went to college to prepare himself for his calling. Years later, in 2008, he finally made a covenant with God. He and his wife got baptized. He then started his journey to become an ordained minister, an exorcist, so that he could do battle against signs of demonic possession and demonic oppression and free victims of all these demonic activities. He exactly had his intention to become an exorcist and to help expedite deliverance from demons and all of his troubled victims. He has the intention to help people, to deliver people from demonic possession and oppression. He has suffered like the millions of others who have suffered from demonic oppression on a regular basis. His mission was to become an exorcist for all of these people, which is a good thing. If I ever become possessed, I will come in calling to Bill Bean. Bill is currently a successful deliverance minister and as exorcist. He has exorcised possibly 100 to several hundred victims of demonic possession and has delivered 1,000 other souls from demonic oppression. So the subject and methods of demonic oppression and demonic possessions for deliverance from demons. Demonic oppression mostly happens to people, but it could also happen to animals. Animals, in a popular belief, are thought to have a sense of signs of demonic possession and the supernatural, particularly the malicious ones. There are historical cases of animals other than humans being suffering from demonic possession. Demons can use these animals to wreak harm to humans. Demons also like to possess, or in this context, inhabit human dwellings, or even vacant lots, which we see most of the time in hauntings. They haunt house or lots or cemeteries. So as such, known to under demonic possession and showing signs of demonic possessions are generally avoided by locals. So most people figure out if a place is haunted or house is haunted. People stay away from them, unless you're a teenager and want a good Friday night scare. And I've heard about those stories. So next topic is subject, methods, and effects of demonic exorcism. A person or property under demonic oppression of demonic possession, or the possessed, are exorcised by an exorcist. An exorcist is an ordained, consecrated minister who follows a set of rituals. Like previously mentioned, methods of exorcism involves prayers of deliverance from demons, sacraments, the use of icons, and sacramental material. Methods vary between religions and the science of demonic possession. Every religion has its own way of delivering demons from the victimized soul. But some characteristics are also common. So prayers for deliverance from demons. Bill Bean's exorcism center on prayers spoken in Hebrew. He has also used holy water, holy anointing oil, and holy salt on the victim. Also including in the whole process is the gathering of information about the victim and his surroundings, which could last for days before a actual exorcism itself could last for hours before deliverance from demons can occur. So basically, he gathers all the information and figures out if he's actually demon possessed before he actually goes in there and performs a deliverance of demons. Otherwise, I mean, there's a lot of psychological issues people have, and he just doesn't want to go there unless it's a supernatural event. So, depending on the will of the exorcised, he would end up successfully free and delivered man, or become the possessed individual he once was. It is noted in the article from Ron File, Order of Exorcists, which this is another article that I've written on my website, so you can visit that. That is some good information right there. So I would check that out. Anyway, so Ron File, Order of Exorcists, that an unsuccessful exorcism could turn the demon itself against the exorcist. So that's a scary thought. I mean, there's movies out there where exorcisms occur and the demons go right after the exorcist himself, and you know what those ones are. And in real life, it does happen. So in conclusion, Bill Bean's life story was one of pain, demonic oppression, abuse, being lost, forgiveness, self-deliverance, and self-redemption. Like the epiphany he had, we can all better ourselves. The things we call demons don't come into our lives like a mailman knocking on the door, but rather they are discreet and cunning individuals hell-bent on wrecking our lives through demonic oppression. We have to be careful as not to warrant their presence into our lives. And if we fail, we can redeem ourselves with the help of God and help His servants to mitigate our signs of demonic oppression. So this is a good article. It's got a lot of good information in there. If you read the book, I mean, you'll get a lot more. I've started the book, like so many books on my site. I'm spending almost, $20-$30 a day buying books and getting through these. It's almost like a whole day trying to read through them. But I've read some of the story. I've read about a quarter of the book, and I plan to keep going. And it's a pretty good book, especially for people who understand or have seen these type of issues. So before I get into the second half of the video, like I do after every video on how to interact with my site, I'll leave you with getting the hyperlink to buying the book. You can go to www.metaphysicmedia.com/books/dark-force. And so if you go to that link, you can buy the book. You support me. You support the author. If you want more in-depth information, you can go to the website and click it here, billbean.net. He's got a lot of good stuff there, continuing his research. So anyway, we're going to scroll back up at the top, and we're going I'm going to show you how to interact with my site, because it's important that this site is able to have people tell their stories, read the books, read the information, share ideas. That's what we're all about here. So the home tab up here, well, first of all, we go that is in the sidebar, left-hand sidebar navigation, we've got all the authors here. So if you have an author you want to talk to or you want to read about, you can go here. Click on them. The article and the ideas and thoughts are on there. One of my favorites is Michael Cremo. Right now I got 3 of his articles up. So you like it, you love him, read them. Phil Cava, Richard L. Miller. Anyway, you get the point. So the home button just brings you back to the home page where it's got the, well, let's go to the home page, because I don't think I've shown it on a video before. Anyway, we got a content slider here that scrolls across and randomly shows the pictures of the books. And if you click on any of the books, it'll go directly to the article. So that's nice. So if you go on my homepage also, we have the recent podcasts. So any recent podcasts will show up at the top. You can listen to the audio version. Featured videos. If you want to see the web version of the audio and video of this podcast slash webcast, you can watch it on YouTube, and I have it slider right here. Anybody has comments? Like there's a few comments here. You can go straight to that article and scroll by the bottom and comment on it. Share your ideas and thoughts. That's fantastic. Stories. Right now, nobody has submitted a story about a ghost story or an alien abduction story, or if they've seen an alien craft, or if they've seen strange booms, anything. Anything metaphysical, anything strange, anything esoteric, it does not matter. Submit a story. Nobody's done it here. Hint, hint. Be the first one. You might get a prize. And also stories. I'll create a YouTube video. You know, we like about 500 words. So what I like to do is create YouTube videos and talking about 2 or 3 stories at a time. I'll just run through them, and especially ones that are similar topics, and I'll post them on YouTube, and then I'll reference your name, and also if you submit a story, you can put your Facebook down there. You can put your email if you want. I'm not sure if you want email because you could get spammed, but I would definitely do the Facebook and or any other social media topics or social media sites you're a part of. Submit your story. Give me your link to your social media sites. I'll link them in there. In the video, I'll talk about too. So anyway, we're gonna go back up top. I talked to someone already. Podcast. You go to the podcast page. Let's click on it now. You can get top to bottom. The podcasts that I've done, which is basically the webcast that you're seeing now. Only it's audio only version, which saves data if you're on a smartphone. So anyway, let's go to the next tab, subscribe. You can do it through email. Email is a good way to subscribe because when I'm playing video games, I'm streaming the audio of the video you're listening to now randomly. It depends on the topic, and usually I always post email to everybody on the subscriber list what new video podcasts and articles created. Usually I try to do 3 a week, so you can read it right away. I'll email you, tell you it's on site. Also, I give secret codes. So when I'm streaming video games, I will usually about an hour in or so, and I'm bored, I will give you the code to get a free book. So I will describe in video the rules, but most of the time the rules I will do just to make it easy is the first person to put the code into my twitch.tv metaphysic media link chat, which is when you're watching my video games, will get a free book. So basically, email me, watch me for an hour, I'll give you a code, first person can copy and paste that in there, they win a free book. It's pretty easy. Basically, I'll do the free book on that topic. So that's cool. And then usually monthly I have a newsletter, which is like big newsletter, videos, article summaries, and then my thoughts on the article of the author. So that's good. A lot of good information on those monthly newsletters. Anyway, so let's go down to Facebook. So all of my posts that I do on my website go to Facebook. So if you want to comment on Facebook rather than comment directly on my site, that's fantastic. You can do that. I will comment back to you on my Facebook page. You're more than welcome to share my Facebook post or page with all your buddies. And that's one way to contact me. I'm always active on the Facebook. So Twitch TV. Basically, here is twitch.tv/metaphysicmedia, and that's my username. So basically, this is where I go and play video games, and I will live stream video game, me playing video games, and have the audio of the topic at hand's audiocast playing in the background. So usually what I like to do there is play it for this whole entirety and do about an hour of question and comments with everybody in chat, and that's cool. And then, well, it can go longer than an hour. If there's a lot of people that are talking about stuff, it doesn't even have to be in the topic. You can get way off topic. We can talk about it with everybody. It doesn't matter. But when that dies down, we can either replay the audio again or move to a different audio that I have, or we can listen to music. I prefer country, 90s, and rock. I will have a vote up if that's what you guys want to do. But anyway, live stream is a good way to talk to me individual, one-on-one. We'll have lots of fun about different types of topics on esoteric knowledge and different ideas and thoughts about aliens and whatever. So Twitter, this is a way to you can do little question and answers on Twitter with me. You can follow me on Twitter. I post every article on my website and Twitter. I also post the updates when I'm going live on Twitter. So Twitter is kind of a cool thing if you want to follow me that way. And then YouTube. So all my posts go to YouTube timeline, and then every video that I create is on YouTube. And so you can subscribe to YouTube that way. You can leave comments on YouTube. I will reply to them. Hopefully good comments, constructive comments, ideas and thoughts, not flaming, because not all topics that I post I agree with, but some people do. So that's how the community works. Let's go to stories. We talked about stories earlier. You can submit a story. That's when I talk about you can submit a story. If you saw an alien, you got a ghost experience, you want to report something, do it. Post your social media account if you want it. Post your first name and last initial of your last name. I mean, whatever. And then recent stories, you go here. You can see recent stories of people who have written stories, and you can comment on them. At this moment, nobody's done anything, unfortunately. I commend you, if you ever watch this video, submit an alien story. Everybody loves it, everybody wants it. So the next tab is videos. So videos is basically the uploads of my YouTube channel. So I'll put them on here. Right here. YouTube channels. And you can watch the video version. Otherwise, you can watch it on top of the article, because all videos are on top of each article on this left-hand column. So, but if you don't want to go straight to the video and read along while I'm talking about it, you can do that. I'm leaving the YouTube base for now. And then live stream. So when I'm going live stream, I will email you about it. I'll Twitter you about it. I will live stream, or I'll put a channel comment on it on YouTube. I'm going live. So I'm going live on my Twitch TV account. I'm playing video games. I'm going to show my audio and we're going to listen to it. We're going to have fun. Obviously right now I'm offline because I'm creating a video. But I will be online and we'll have fun. It's fantastic. This is a crux of my site right here. Being able to talk to people about, all these different ideas and thoughts, and streaming it, real-time interaction. I mean, this is the best part of my site. Be able to be on my Twitch account while I'm streaming live and listening to all these different topics and articles. That's kind of cool. So, last one is contact us. I mean, you can contact us for anything. I mean, if you're an author, if you want to create a synopsis of your site. If you're an author, you came out with a book that matches our sort of description of metaphysic and esoteric knowledge. This is the way you can do it. Also, I'd like, at some point people can talk to me on Skype while I'm video gaming, and I can talk directly one-on-one with you while we chat to other people. So it doesn't have to be author. I mean, it could be an author, but it doesn't have to be author. It could be just some individual has a lot of research and knowledge and been looking into a certain topic or idea. I'll get you on Skype. We can talk about it. I think everybody would love it. So, and then if you have a question, comment to approve the site, or you don't like something, you want me to add something, or you want me to have an article or a author on Skype, or author's article, or whatever, you can do. I mean, there's a contact us for anything. Show me your love. Do whatever. Doesn't matter to me. So about us, right here, I've had a ghostly paranormal story, and let's wait for the page to load here. As soon as it does, come on, there we go. So anyway, I tell you about who I am, what my interests are, why I created the site. Have I ever had a paranormal experience? Yes, I have, twice. It's pretty scary. First time I was little, didn't understand it, wasn't so scary. Second time I was a little bit older and it was scary. So yeah. And then if you can scroll down anymore, and I tell my future goals and then how you can donate. I appreciate donations. If you don't want to buy a book off my site, then you can donate to me. So it doesn't matter. Donations help create the content that's put on the site. A lot of time and effort goes into researching these authors and their ideas, from articles, from books, from radio interviews. A lot of notes go involved. A lot of ideas and thoughts go into the article from their ideas and thoughts that I've written down in my notes. So I'd like to do this full time at some point. So any donations are definitely, I appreciate them. So that will conclude this video, and thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Have fun. Until next time, metaphysicmedia.com will have you covered in any type of esoteric metaphysic knowledge that the mainstream media will not cover for you. We've got it here. Thanks, guys.